one.
Okay, so we all acknowledge that I killed Jake and Austin, right? I had to.
Next time we'll see them. We'll see their variants of them. So
Yeah, no, it's just their clones. It's just their clones. Not
hmm
variants. It's clones. There's a
Yep.
difference.
Yep. Do-do-do-do.
But
Yeah.
TVA
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
why I brought a fellow gay person with me.
Huh. Gotta say, audience, if you're into ships and love, that's what this season's
Oh.
full of.
If you're
Yep.
into gay elves, wait, we got at
hmm
least 3 here.
Gotcha.
No, what? 4.
For
I
me,
lied. 4. 4 gay elves.
well, if we're going to be talking about our favorite ships, it's non-spoiler, but for me, it's Rayla and Callum.
I mean, mine's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
It
Go ahead, say it.
it's one of well, I have 2. It's Runan and Ithari, and then Amaya and Janai.
hmm Cool.
Fair.
Two
I
badass
liked
women.
Amaya and I too, but I feel like their whole ship was kind of overshadowed by like
Yeah.
By the
But
main one. Yeah.
and whatnot.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at it this way: if they could stick together through a war, then they're endgame shit for life. Like.
True.
hmm
Like what they've been through in this season alone is nuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chrono.
Oh no. You're buzzing in and out, Chrono. Do. Oh no.
Give it a moment. Give it a moment.
Gotcha. Do audience. So, for those of you in the chat, tell us who your favorite ship is.
Yeah, if it's a toxic one, I don't want to fucking hear it. Because I don't want to fucking hear it. Anyways,
Sorry.
Blood is really good.
Yeah. Sorry to all you Callum and Claudia shippers from the beginning, but come on, you knew halfway into this who the end game ship was going to be. So yeah, I remember there was like a little bit of controversy with like what happened in with Rayla, why she had to leave Callum, but she gave a really good reason as to why she had to leave. In my opinion at least.
Yes.
Yeah. Chrono, you're back.
I'm back.
Okay, cool. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So, I just came in to hear you guys talking about Rayla and Callum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. Like, the reasoning made sense in this season. It's just like the build up and like the lack of communication really got to me, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I
But
ship
I
these
feel like
two
that's just like a
anymore.
lot of romance stuff nowadays,
Yeah.
man.
True, that's like a trope.
Yeah.
It's tropey.
Yeah. You also got to remember this was also a lot of uh, built up, feelings that they had. Callum did want to express these feelings, but he felt like there was complications with how Rayla left him. I still believe she had reasons because audience, I read the book in between seasons, right? Rayla wanted to go leave because she wanted to make sure Viren was dead because she gave a really good argument. Everything bad in her life was tied back to Viren. Her family being disgraced was because of Viren. Runan, quote unquote, dying was because of Viren. And yeah, now she was worried that, like, if he's not dead, then evidently Callum might be in danger because of Viren.
And she wanted to
So,
take out
Viren
Claudia's.
is just a hot mess, and we all know
yeah.
that he was gay for Harrow, but he just couldn't say anything about it.
So true.
Oh, God.
Viren
I
and
will.
Harrow, I kind of ship them too. Like, oh my
I
god.
But also,
I would.
like Harrow's wife, I forgot her name for the life of
Yeah.
me. But she was a bisexual icon, I swear.
So
Yeah. I would be okay if that ship with Viren over him and Erebos when he revealed about
But they
their
had a child,
child.
guys.
I
They had
know
a child.
that he did not keep that Viren did not consent to. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't agree to this. What?
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Gotcha. But anyway, since we're all here, you guys want to get started?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, well, let me open up. Welcome to Comic Fanatic review of Dragon Prince Season 6. You're here with me, not Cryptid Zeker, but Moon Knight Zeker.
I'm Richter, usually known as the Witch of Jotunheim, but today I am known as the Star Touched Elf Richter. Also, my pronouns are they, them, and unfortunately or fortunately for whoever's wondering, Jake and Austin aren't here because they're dead. So they will be brought back next week, but at this moment they are dead. But I did bring someone with us. Yeah, if you want to introduce yourself.
Jake and Austin have been pruned. Anyways, yes, introducing myself. I am the Sunfire Elf Chrono, usually known as Richter. But today, Sunfire Elf
Spelled
Chrono.
differently.
Yes. So yeah, I'd love to be here. Super huge fan of Dragon Prince. So thank you for having me on.
Cool. Nice
Yeah.
to have you, Chrono. And together, we're the Fanatics audience. So let's get to it. But before we get to it, I hear we have a thing called Socials Witch.
I mean, I heard that rumor. Let me look at my other screen real quick. Oh yeah, we
Mhm.
do. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want specifically just like one-off like chats about certain topics, we do those. If you want general topic things, we talk about media, comic news stuff, and we also do talk about our normal comics. As you do. You can also follow me if you want on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. And if you want to follow the Fanatic account, it is Comic Fanatic 69. That's where you get all your updates, and sometimes you find nice art that you see in the thumbnail sometimes. If you also want to follow me on my other socials, because I like to do this out of order apparently, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_up_Jotunheim. Pretty soon, in a couple weeks, you will see more cosplay content. And if you want to see me shit post about Dragon Prince or Castlevania or anything else, bother me on TikTok. I'm bored. But I honestly don't know all of our favorite chronos social media. So if you want to enlighten us, please. I don't know those rumors.
All right, I'll let you guys. So, I'm Richter X on TikTok. That's where I'm most active. So definitely hit me up there. I have a Twitter, also Richter X, and a Tumblr, which is Chronolide. And let me see, Instagram, also Chronolide. So yeah, definitely hit me up on any of those.
Yeah, because we do that. We are, besides cryptid, we are chronically online.
Chronically on. It's quite concerning at some points.
Yeah.
I'm
I just
currently on
had
Twitter as we speak.
No.
I just had to make the time consuming choice in focusing on the garden in my personal life
Okay, well,
audience.
I have a job too, so
And a
I
job,
from
yeah.
our social media.
Yep.
True.
I just helped myself to a nice homemade bowl of tomato soup, just to let you know, audience.
Yeah, I had mac and cheese. You ain't special.
I just started reading a book for the first time in a while, so love that.
Also, audience, if you were curious, I am writing a Dark AU Alpha Flight fan fiction. So if you want to ask questions about that, I am down.
You.
Anyways, we
But
should get
all right,
started. Shall we?
all right. Who wants to get started?
I feel like we should give our general thoughts on the season without spoiling too much because,
Mhm.
there are some people here who haven't watched it or haven't finished it. I don't know why you would be here, but, But,
You be
um,
you.
I guess, yeah. So, not right now spoilers, but soon to be spoilers. I feel like we should digress. Um, and a quick trigger warning: if you don't like shows that stress you the fuck out, don't watch Dragon Prince. Just don't watch. You'll thank us later. So I guess I'll start first since I'm already talking. My thoughts on the season is this show is at my fucking limit, and I don't like being stressed out. But I'm gonna keep watching because I need to know what happens at the end.
Right.
But I did enjoy the season for what it gave us.
Gotcha.
I waited 6 seasons for one specific thing, and I got that one specific thing. But what did they give me in return? Bullshit.
They gave you Armageddon.
Another
Yeah,
to be continued is what you got.
yeah. But all right then. I guess I'm next. Audience, I enjoyed this season. If you're a fan of series that have love in the air, this is that season for you. There are definitely a lot of fan service moments, a lot of build up anticipations for couples that you wanted to see get together, and this series delivered that. But it also delivered on the promise of, I don't think this is really a spoiler, but, Aravos. I mean, I know a lot of people were waiting for him to have his big moment, have him, actually break through the break through his prison. I mean, come on, we all knew at some point that was going to happen. But yeah, it delivered on that. And yeah, that's really my consensus without giving too much spoilers.
I
So,
mean, like we
okay.
kind of already knew that Erebos was
Yeah,
gonna come back. It was just a matter of time.
exactly.
But the
Like, who
season was
is that
called
really so?
Stars,
Hmm.
so
This
yeah,
was supposed to be his big moment too. So,
yeah, because we need to
and
have the Twink Star Elf pull up,
yeah,
in person.
yep. And also emphasis on big audience. So, yeah.
Mm,
All right. Chrono.
yeah, so I really liked this season too. I liked all the mystery finally being like revealed about Erebos. I like how it left off for the final season. And also some kind of redemption going on for some of like the villains. So, like Viren sacrificing himself.
Ooh.
I thought it was very earned because he's kind of like you know it's a lot of character development, him fighting his inner demons throughout the whole season, and then wondering if he should sacrifice Claudia and all of that stuff. I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was good. I really liked Viren's like character like payoff.
Yep,
In this.
and like
I'm
kind
so.
of going into spoilers, but not really. Due to like Viren's influence, caused Claudia and Soren to go down the
Yeah.
route that they did, like the routes
Mm,
that they did.
yep.
So, and you can definitely see that present in this season.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I was so surprised the fact that I got so invested in Viren in this, because for the past couple seasons, I wanted that guy to be axed, but here I'm like, God
I
damn, I
mean,
feel bad for this
technically, he was in
guy.
season
Yeah,
3.
yeah, but like ever since he came back, that's when I'm starting like I'm actually getting interested in this character now. Like who knew that him dying would be the best thing that ever happened to this character? Like,
So
um,
true.
yeah. All right then. I guess that's it for the non-spoiler discussion.
So yeah, audience, we're gonna give you 10 seconds to leave. So
Boo,
yeah,
boo,
you got
boo,
10 seconds
boo.
to leave. So at the 23rd second, we'll start. Yeah, leave. Okay, we're talking about spoilers now. What the fuck happened with fucking Claudia? Why did she leave my boy Terry like that? What the shit was that?
Oh,
Like, I know she came back, but like, the
dude,
fuck?
the editors behind the teasers and trailers, they damn well knew what they were doing when we saw that first teaser of this. Where Claudia was over Terry, like everybody who loves me leaves me, but you're never gonna leave me, Terry.
Which is true. He wouldn't leave her, but at
Yeah,
the same fucking
I,
time, Jesus
I
Christ, Claudia, you scare me.
Yeah, yeah. Like in my twisted, in the dark depths of my mind, I was like thinking, what does she mean? She's going to like take part of Terry's body and make that her new leg, so Terry technically would never leave her or something like
Oh
that.
my god.
Yeah.
But like,
You'll
also when
always be
she
with
came
me.
back, that
Yeah.
scene where Terry was like taking care of her and all that stuff, that was like a very, very intimate scene, and I actually kind of liked that. That
Oh,
was sweet.
that was real sad, especially since when Claudio, you saw her back, you saw all the scars she has, not just
Right.
missing legs.
He looked really
Yeah.
messed up in the face.
Yeah.
And
That
like
that
Terry
look that
this
look.
season, you can tell that he's like, oh God, what did I
What did
get
I like
myself
got
Yeah.
myself
into?
Yeah.
Like Claudia,
That
I
Ter-
love you, but Jesus fucking
Ter-
Christ.
Terry, word of advice: you haven't put a ring on it yet, dude. Come on. So
It's
just
never
saying.
too late, Terry.
Like even at the end of the season when Claudia was performing that spell to bring back Erebos, you can tell like the concern on his face. You're just like, uh,
Terry, like just saying, you're literally the last person in the world that Claudia would ever listen to. You know, I mean, if I were you, I would kind of like, yes, stand my foot ground. Tell Claudia, look, I don't think this is right. It seems like a lot of death is following us on this road to bringing back Erebos. Do you really think this is a good idea to
behind
bring
us,
him back?
man. Like there's a dead
Yeah,
dragon right
there's,
behind us.
yeah, especially after listening to Erebos' story, this is one thing I liked about the season. It actually did give us the motivation behind Erebos, after he had lost his daughter due to her giving magic to the dark magic to the humans. This caused them to want to basically have humanity destroy themselves with the magic that they've been given. It's Prometheus wanting humanity to burn with the fire that they were given. How did you guys feel about that?
Can you
You
repeat
guys?
that? Kind of zoned out
Yeah.
just a
I'm there.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I like how we got to see Erebos' motivation in this season. Why he's so out to cause chaos in this world, because it's really this world that cost him his daughter, right?
Oh.
But what he really wants more than anything is have the world burn with the dark magic that they were given in the first place.
yeah, but at the same time,
Hmm.
he's still a little bitch.
He
Like
never
I
seems
love
like
Erebos.
that.
Mhm.
I think he's hot, but he's still a little bitch.
And
Crying for 1,000 years, right? Wow.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about the crime for 100 years. It was 100 years, not a
Oh,
thousand
oh,
years.
100 years, but still,
Get
he
get your
cried.
facts straight. Get your fucking
Gotcha,
facts straight. Thank you very much.
gotcha.
And
Yeah.
two, everything else that he has done, he is a little bitch for.
Yeah, because
Technically,
even like,
technically, as of the last episode, he is known as a big bitch because I mean, am I
well,
wrong?
which at least we now know how he was able to eat that Sunfire Elf. Remember, he's a cannibal.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah,
it was also a dragon that ate an elf and he died by choking, so
yeah. Well, that's not considered cannibalism if it's from a different species.
Yeah, but at the same time, but whatever,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever.
So,
Regardless, like I want to talk about that one scene in like the spiral tower thing with all the celestial elves where it was the brother Cosmo. Like
yeah.
this was like after they were able to take off their blindfolds, for the first
Hmm.
time and see the
Hmm.
stars, on a moonless night. That's the name of an episode, by the way. And like he envisioned, yeah, that picture. Well, it's similar
Yep.
to that picture, but that's Cosmo, as you can see on screen. Hey.
Hmm.
Anyway, so the scene where he is, where it was like all in black and white, besides him, where he was telling like an act, like a attempted scenario on what could happen if he told the full truth. I
Yeah.
thought that was like a very, very interesting scene. You know?
Yeah. I was like really confused at first. Like, what's with all this black and white stuff going around? But oh, okay, okay. This is how he sees futures now. So.
Yeah. And so basically, he used that in basically protecting Callum from the harsh reality that he's gonna figure out later.
Hmm.
Because like once he figures it out, he's gonna be like, "The fuck? Why didn't you fucking tell me that it was the piece of candy that we took halfway across the fucking world to get to you guys?"
Hmm.
Because like
Oh,
Callum and Rayla already had to deal with the fact that one of the gems, the quasar diamonds,
hmm.
was fake, and they only had two. Technically, now
Hmm.
they only have one, but I'll save that one scene for later. But
Yep.
holy shit, man! Like, shit. Imagine if Cosmo would have told Callum the truth. Shit, I wonder how the
Um,
season would have went, man.
True.
he's going to have to tell him anyway in next season. And if I was Cosmo, I'll be straight up front. Look, I saw the future. Things would not have gone great if you learned the truth. So I did this for your own good. So, but, is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, he's gonna find out regardless. But
Hmm.
literally, like during the episode with the wedding, you can show the picture if you want of the wedding. Um, I one thing I liked about Dragon Prince in general, is that they don't put subtitles for Amaya's sign language. It's either you know it or you don't, or you have to like hope that she has a translator.
Right.
Yeah.
And I really liked that when they did that for the wedding scene. Like obviously she had her translator there. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. There's a lot of fucking characters in this
There's
damn
too many
show.
characters.
There's a lot of
Hmm.
characters that I have to remember the names for. Okay, it took me forever just to learn everyone's names in Modazusha, and I still don't remember everyone's fucking name. Okay,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
regardless, it was a really really sweet wedding. Luckily Amaya knows how to read lips because Janai's gonna be a while with learning sign
Hmm.
language. Even though they've known each other
Yeah.
for a while, you would think that she would like learn a couple like.
Right. You would think like she would have taught her something by now.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
well.
sure
But
she. I'm sure the longer they're together, the more she'll learn at least a few phrases. You know.
Right.
Cryptid, show the picture,
Yeah.
Cryptid. Show the
Yep.
pic. Yeah,
Oh
the
my
wedding.
God, so pretty.
There's a
Okay.
bee.
Okay. Audience, just saying, if anybody's right now planning an engagement or whatever or a wedding, I'll be taking notes as to what Amaya was saying in this wedding. When they were giving their vows. You
Oh yeah.
know.
Okay, I had to like think about it for a second, but I remember. But
Mm-hmm.
like literally these two, they were just trying to have a nice, lovely ceremony, but no.
Here comes
Denai's fucking shitty brother decides he wants to start a coup
I got.
with a fucking dragon,
for the second.
kidnap Amaya's fucking like nephew over here, and like it's like come on, dumbass.
Yeah, I said this last season. He was going to evade on the day of her wedding. I'm like,
I mean,
dude,
doesn't this episode have the same name as a Game of Thrones episode?
exactly.
Like I've never watched
I
Game of
was a,
Thrones, but like I know
yeah,
things.
yeah, we hear you, Chrono. You were going to say something?
I said I was just shocked that it had the same exact name as the Game of Thrones episode.
So like
That's
from
just
what I know
that's
from
just,
that Game of Thrones episode and this, I was like, this can either go very well or
yeah.
very wrong, and it was a
Hey,
bit of both, luckily.
yeah. Hey, I
But
don't even watch Game of Thrones, but even I know that reference to the Red Wedding.
like
But like, dude, as for the brother, let's see, his name is Kareem, I believe.
yeah,
Dude,
he's a
dude, you're
little
saying,
bitch.
yeah, dude, you're saying you still love your sister, but come on, you're invading on her wedding day.
You
If
couldn't
I
have
was,
waited till the next day.
yeah, if I was Ezra, and I'll be saying, look, okay, can you just give us 24 hours, please? Come on, you could keep your army here. Just come on, this is your sister's wedding, for God's sakes. You
He was
know?
really hurt over that necklace last season.
Yeah, yeah, he was still pissed. But you know what? If I was like, if I was Janai and Amaya, I would be telling the brother, right? Look, it didn't, by tonight, we're either going to be cutting the cake or cutting your lineage, little brother. You
Yeah.
choose, all right?
That's
Also, that
hot
scene
take.
where Anya came in clutch with her bow and arrow, where she like
Mhm.
literally like shot the arrow and to cut off like the handles on the horse. What I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, that's why she's known as a queen, a 12-year
Hmm.
old queen.
Hmm. Yep.
She definitely had her moment, even though she was basically a cameo in this um
Yeah.
episode, but
Mhm.
she definitely got her mother's both of her moms
You know, if she
her
had
talents.
if she had a love interest, then she would have got more spotlight because that's what all the
No, but
ships
she's like
have. It seems.
12, dude. Give her a
I,
moment.
I know, I know. Just saying,
Like
She got
12,
her
13.
flowers. That's the main thing.
Hmm.
That's all she needs, man. That's all she needs is her flowers. But like, one thing
Hmm.
that Loki kind of bothered me, but I get it for plot reasons, I guess. But like the fact that Callum wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, but his aunt would understand, you know? I mean, they're literally trying to prevent the resurrection of basically the Satan elf, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Elf.
like how else can you describe Erebos or, go
The
Mephisto one
star
now,
touched twink. I don't know what you want.
the Mephisto elf.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever works for you, bestie. Whatever works for
Hmm.
you.
Yep.
But I swear, when the coup didn't get to work because the fucking what was the dragon's name? The sun one,
Soul
Soul
Regem.
Regum. Like when he was directed towards Katalos, I was like, God, fucking damn it, man. Can we leave
I was,
Katalos alone for 5 minutes? Can we
yo,
leave all these kingdoms alone for 5 minutes?
I was like so satisfied when he didn't pop up, to back up Kareem, and Kareem was going to get the butt whooping of his life. But god dang, that the ending of that episode where he was invading where the Soul Regent was invading the castle, I was like, oh god damn it, oh god,
Hey,
no,
but at
no.
least like Soren got to be like fucking awesome in that
Yes,
in that episode, you know?
yes. This is one. This is
Oh,
one
I
thing I
have the
didn't like.
picture by the way. I have the picture.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Hold on a sec. Let me bring it up.
I literally like last minute audience. I literally like spent time looking for picture like screenshots because I
Gotcha.
was not about to go through
Right
the
here.
entire season like on a totally legal website to watch cartoons
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
freaking try to find it. But like literally while Soren was like trying his best to convince his father to like, help the people, it's like
Oh.
over here they're fucking dealing with this coup. Over here,
Mm-hmm.
Katalis is burning, and then over here, Rayla's gonna get her parents back. Yay! Which
I
we'll
got.
get
I
we'll get
got.
into that later. We'll
Yeah.
get into that later. But
Gotcha.
the whole
Uh,
thing between Soren and his father this season was
I
you
was.
could tell that it was like hard for Soren to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
I was happy because one thing I didn't like about the last season or the past two seasons, right? Soren was just basically a comic relief. He was like, just there to be a joke character, and I was very disappointed by that. Especially since in the earlier seasons, he was put in horrible circumstances. Choosing between his father and like the kingdom, and being abused and taken advantage of by his father. But oh, hold a sec.
He's like the
From
Sokka character, but without any
e-
like real
exactly,
With no
weird.
e-
boomerang.
Yeah, no
exactly.
boomerang.
Yeah, yeah. I was hearing people describe Soren as like a cross between Sokka and Prince Zuko.
I
Considering he
mean,
has
I
father
can
issues.
kind of see it, but like
Yep. But
I disconnected
he was,
before I can finish like what I wanted to say, and I think that you said this scripted, but like basically especially after Soren got like cured of his illness or whatever, it's
yep.
like Viren, this was your fault. Don't take this out on your son who didn't do anything
Yeah.
wrong. You
Okay.
fucking asshole.
Yeah, I think we should delve into like what was revealed, or Viren's journey into this, right? Because
Hmm.
audience, remember, like last season, Viren was only had 1 month left to live, and it was assumed that he came to terms with his death, right? He didn't want to have to sacrifice that abomination of a son that he has with Erebos, so he just came to terms with, yeah, let me die peacefully. But then you found out that Claudia did the spell anyway and sacrificed that little child over there,
That
and
little creature.
that creature.
Homunculus.
Yeah,
It's a
almost.
homunculus.
Yep.
Homunculus.
There you go.
It's
There you go.
a endless love
And
trial between
yeah,
Viren and Erebus.
yeah, and
Would that
it
be
was.
considered Empreg?
Help.
Omegaverse?
Uh, I know, right? But
Okay,
yeah,
that had to
this,
be brought up. That had to be brought up.
You had to make
yeah,
it.
but yeah, this was like the straw that broke the camel's back for Viren because he saw like his child do all the stuff he would have done, and now he's seeing firsthand what a monster she became.
And whose
And
fault was that, Viren? Whose fucking
I
fault
know,
was that?
Beard is the most
I know,
least introspective character that's
yeah.
ever been.
But then, yeah, but then this leads him to the journey of like he doesn't want redemption. He just wants to try making things right. He wants to pay for the crimes he's committed. That's why he willingly went to get himself arrested. Back in his old kingdom.
Mhm.
And
Catalyst.
Catalis, yeah. And we got the revelations. He did study dark magic at first to save his son Soren, and God dang, the requirements for saving his son, audience, was literally gaining the tear of his wife. And in order to do that, Viren kind of had to physically force his wife to cry, and that was a very horrific
It's
scene.
abusive.
But it was literally to save his son. He was in the verge
I
of
know,
death.
but it was still like
I
kind of
know, right?
abusive, domestic
Right.
It was
violence.
it was horrible, and that's evidently what caused Viren's wife to leave them. And you're like, God dang, you could kind of understand why Viren had to do what he do. He's like in the mentality of I'll do anything to protect my family. But I think this is a foreshadowing moment for anybody who's going to be using dark magic. Whoever uses dark magic, you're destined to be a tragic hero. Because you notice that, right? Everybody wants to practice that magic for good intentions, but by the end of their life, it all backfires on them. Even Viren's own master, right? The one who studied dark magic before him, he deeply regrets the magic he used. He no longer wanted to use it. I don't know what exactly ended up hurting him, but it definitely hurt Viren. It's definitely hurting his daughter. You're like, God dang, this is it's a tragic fate. Is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what really made me love Viren's journey in here. He's not looking for forgiveness. He's trying to do what he can with the time that he has to try make something right. And you know, how did you guys feel when he was writing his full story to Soren, but chose not to give it to him?
Hmm.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel
Still,
about that? How did
like
you guys
I
feel?
do acknowledge Viren's like growth throughout the show because at first he was like very villainous and then like he was like, shit, I died
Hmm.
and that caused me to think about being a decent person. But
Hmm.
like unlike some other people that we know, he can at least acknowledge the bad shit
Hmm.
that he's done. Other characters cannot acknowledge the bad shit they've done. So,
Right.
Hmm.
like whatever, I guess.
Do
But
you?
like he still did um he still did what he could to protect his family, I guess you could say. Which
Yep.
means he sacrificed himself. R.I.P. I guess.
Yep.
But at
Did
the
you get?
same time, Claudia just so happened to be at Catalyst right at the moment where all of
Hmm.
this shit happened. And due to Erebos' bullshit, she got the pearl. The actual
Yep.
pearl. Not the candy pearl. The actual pearl.
Yeah. Question: do you guys think what Viren did was right when he burned that letter he meant for Soren? Revealing everything.
Hmm.
That's a good
Because
question.
if Soren knew what Viren had to do to save him, Soren will likely blame himself for having the family torn apart. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, what would you two do in that situation?
I don't know.
It's a hard question. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ultimately think Viren did. I think he did do the right thing in that situation because he didn't want to have to his last acts to be guilt tripping his son. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I think he
Speaking
felt
of,
a lot of guilt over how he treated Soren.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like he gets one crazy ass vision, and then he also dies, and then is brought back to life, and he's like, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done this to my children."
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
speaking of family, we need to cut over to Rayla when she
Ooh.
does have to think about which which parents out of the three that she can bring back with the two quasar diamonds, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so I was like trying to figure this out. I was like, oh, who's she gonna bring back? Like her actual like biological parents, or the man who basically raised her while her parents were protecting the dragon prince egg, like Zim's egg.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna bring back Runan, right? Like that was like a
Mm-hmm.
kind of definite. And then when she went into the pool to like go into like, I guess, like the spirit world, what would we call this? Would
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
call
Spirit
it
world. Spirit world.
like, okay, the spirit world and Avatar? Great. Okay.
Mm.
Um so
Mm-hmm.
it's like the scene with her and her parents, that was really touching, that was like, I was like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
that's sweet. But at the same time, don't make me sad like this, man. Don't make me
Yeah.
sad. I think the one that hurt the most was probably the scene with.
Oh.
Which?
Oh
Oh,
no.
no. Which you cut off,
We've
dude.
lost.
um
Which?
parents.
Okay, you're back.
I've been
Wait,
here.
you're back. Okay, you cut
Oh,
off. You cut off for like about 10 seconds. Which,
Well,
like,
fuck those 10 seconds, because I'm gonna repeat what I just fucking said. Even
go ahead.
though
snap.
Rayla's parents have been in the coins longer, you can tell that Runan had it the hardest,
Mm-hmm.
because he was alone. He didn't have anyone with him in the
Yep.
spirit world. It was literally just him. So he was like, fuck, I'm just gonna do my thing. And so that in turns, he was gonna hurt Rayla in the spirit realm because he wasn't himself. And due to her reminding him who the fuck he was,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, oh shit, wait a minute. Damn, I almost fucking killed you that one time, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And after 6 fucking seasons, after God knows how many fucking years that I've waited, Runan is back. And he can
Yeah.
finally go the fuck home. Probably not yet, because what happened at the end of this fucking season, but like,
Mm-hmm.
he has the option to go back now.
That's true.
So,
Man, he has a lot.
thoughts on Renan's return?
He's he has a lot to catch up on. Because remember, the last time he was around, he was supposed to kill the royal family like Caleb, But now he has to find out that his daughter is dating the prince. Like, damn, what did I miss?
Like, what did I miss? Alexa, play What Did I Miss from Hamilton? But
but yeah,
like,
ultimately, I think Rayla made the right choice because, like, with her parents, they don't want to separate from each other. And as far as to them, as long as Rayla is doing good, as long as the tribe is doing good, that's all they can ask for. So, hmm
yeah.
I mean, hey, it's really Renan who has somebody that needs.
Oh, Chrono, you
Oh,
good?
hello, Chrono. No, no,
R.I.P.
now we
Chrono.
lost Chrono.
I also
Okay,
cut out
but
for a little bit too, but we're good. We're good
yeah,
for now.
not not a problem, not a problem. So yeah, good that Renan came back. I mean, I was a little bit confused how he lost that band of his because remember they were all binded, like he binded himself in his arm last we saw him. But
Yeah, but didn't he like cut it off or something, or like it fell off in the first season before he got
uh,
put in the coin, like before he shot the arrow to Ithari?
no, it was still on him. As far as he was supposed to kill both the king and the two princes. He supposedly killed the king, which meant his one wristband was out, but the other wristband was meant will only be released if he killed the princes.
Well, they're
Because
still here,
that's
so.
Yeah.
If you want to show the
Mm.
picture that I sent of corrupted Runan, you definitely can. Just to let you
Cool.
know, audience, yeah, I took this from a
Yeah.
screenshot on Google, so it's not the best quality. Also, is Chrono back? Is Chrono alive?
Chrono is back, but something's going wrong with his signal. Like he's giving me no video feed. Chrono, if you can hear us, sign out and sign back in.
Yeah, just leave the call and then come back in. We'll.
Okay, okay. Chrono, hold on a sec. Okay, there you go. Chrono, you're back. Chrono?
Chrono.
Oh no. Did you get
Damn,
trapped in a coin?
damn, I would suck if you got trapped in a coin, man.
Gotcha, gotcha.
As of right now, Chrono is trapped in coin. Don't worry, he'll be
Mm,
fine. But
gotcha.
yeah,
But all right. So talking about Runan, which
yeah, I've
is
waited
dark
6
side.
fucking seasons and God knows how many years for this man to come back out of that
and a whole
fuck ass coin.
and a large delay. Remember, there was a large delay gap between season 3 and 4 too. You
That's
know.
why I said many years. I think the show came
Yeah.
out like 2018, I think, like
Yep.
2017, 2018 roughly.
Yep.
Um so let me see, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Like 6 years,
Hmm.
maybe. 6 years I've waited. I'm a very
Hmm.
patient person for this, apparently.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, true.
any updates on
Yeah.
Chrono real quick before we
Um, Chrono just logged out. Let's just give it some time before Chrono comes back.
okay.
Let's see something else about Runan. Runan.
He could find. Do you think that his lotus flower would float back up to the top now, like from of that little pond thing that they had?
It
Because it's
should.
back. You would
Yeah,
think.
you would think, yeah, but at some point, I would think like the other moon elves would go and retrieve all of them. They wouldn't just leave those in the pond, you know. So that was just a
Honestly,
little weird.
who knows? But if
Mm.
they were to, and if someone jumped in, they would see that his freaking lotus was like halfway, not fully
Yeah,
sunk. So they would think
yeah,
like, oh, something happened to him. He's in trouble. Where the hell is he? You know? But
exactly.
and obviously Ithari knows what's good.
Hmm.
So honestly,
Oh, geez. Now that I think about it, imagine how awkward it's going to be for Runan to meet Ezrin. Because remember, as far as the kingdom is aware, Runan is the one that killed the king. You realize that, right?
that is true. That is
Oof.
100% true. No one's denying that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I think that's just going to be overshadowed by the fact that by the end, everybody's going to have to deal with Aravos. Goddamn.
True.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm taking
Um,
Chrono right now, real quick.
go for it. Go for it. Let's see. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I'll tell
Oh.
us, Oz. What do you think of Dark Runan here? I think it looks cool. Looks like a
Yeah,
sick
I liked
design.
how his like little stripes on his nose kind of like what am I looking at? Kind of like changed,
Yep.
into like this like
This is
different look, I guess you could say. Kind of like
this.
netting, not netting, but like
Yeah. This
when
is
it like when
yeah. Which? Oh no, which? Which?
on waffles, you
Okay,
know what
okay,
I'm
now you're
talking
back.
about?
Okay, hold
You
on
know
a
what I'm
second.
talking about with like when you spill water and you
What?
like
Yep.
and
Chrono, you're
Chrono's alive. He's
back.
out of the coin. We
Finally,
saved the
I
coins are
returned
Yay!
diamond for
from the
you.
dead.
Yay!
Okay, what thoughts on Runan? Go.
Just like
Thoughts
Viren,
on Runan?
returned from the dead.
He's alive.
Yay!
Go back to being gay married.
Yeah, yeah.
With, with,
When you were gone, Chrono, we were also just talking about how yeah, it's gonna be really awkward for when Runan meets Ezrin, because as far as everybody's aware, Runan is the one that killed the king. You know?
oh, true.
Oh shoot!
So
It's
like
like
But
I
you
just
so
want
know,
to
much
like imagine
drama.
what that conversation's gonna be like. Be like, oh yeah, I'm Rayla's dad, also the one who killed your dad.
And then Ezrin is gonna have his own like feels about it because
yeah, you
they're
know,
assassins. You know, like he forgave Rayla, but you know,
But she was a
yeah,
different story.
yeah.
Yes.
is Witch trying to reconnect as well?
Oh shit. Am I
But
good?
you're no, yeah, you're good.
Okay. No, no,
You
no.
can
I
totally,
just stopped talking for 0.5 seconds.
Oh,
gotcha.
Let me look at the different episodes so that I can. Oh, what are your
oh,
thoughts on episode 3, the frozen ship? By the way.
Oh man, I teared. I was feeling something underneath when Rayla was reading through that journal.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, damn, that was
That was
yeah, that
emotional.
was yeah, that was mirror imaging herself and Callum.
Also, also that part where like Callum was like drawing the ship, and he was like, "This was probably someone's favorite ship," and that was probably a dig at
I'm gonna try reconnecting again because I cannot hear
oh
Witch.
oh
So
uh, I could hear Witch. I could hear
yeah,
Witch's
what?
phone.
I can't hear them. So
Oh,
Hold
I'm gonna
on, let
try
me
to
log out.
or maybe
Let me log
I
out.
don't know. I'll
okay,
try
okay.
to do that.
Which will log out. Okay, Chrono, what did you think about that ship episode? Oh, both of them logged out. Well, anyway, you're here with me, audience. What they think about that ship? I love the fact that we got some Raylum Callum shipping moments. Pun intended. Hold on a sec.
Do, 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 do. I only know that
Okay,
one part of the Sonic song.
okay, you're back, Richter. So
Cool. That's like the first time you've actually called me by my damn name.
sorry, I'm like looking at your name, through here. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
uh,
But okay, we're talking about Raylan,
the ship.
the ship.
Yep,
Okay,
the
okay.
ship moment. Yeah, yeah. I know what you were doing, writing team. Like having this moment between Rayla and Callum in a ship, writing a shipping moment. you know. And I just love how like their little pet sidekicks were basically like echoing the Raylum fans out there. Like we gotta get
They're
these two
like,
together.
hurry up and kiss.
Yeah, I mean, this will be the first time they kissed, poof, in 3 seasons, really. So,
Damn. It's
mhm.
been a while.
Yep, it's been many years, audience. So, but yeah, it was still good. I really wish Rayla could have finished reading that journal. I kind of want to see what happened at the end.
But that's the whole point of suspense, bestie.
I know.
But
Um,
but I feel like we've gotten that out of the way. Like when it comes to Raylan, obviously we know it's endgame. Like that's like a fact. We know that.
yep.
Um, but
The one thing that was really scaring me is that by the end, would Callum have a white streak of hair? I was really worried by that, but luckily
um,
there is a. By the end, you find out there is a way to get rid of the dark magic in you.
as we did see when they went to the Star Scraper or whatever the fuck it was called.
Exactly. Now,
Um,
question, which
mhm.
do you think Claudia will be willing to go there?
No, she. I
Nah,
my thing is, I think she might be too far gone to
yeah,
um to consider doing that. Does that make sense?
yeah, pretty much. For me, the only happy ending you could get for Claudia is just her losing all her magic abilities in general.
Yeah. Also Chrono got trapped in the coin again, but he said that he will get out of the coin for the next time that we do one of these. So
Uh huh.
audience, sorry to all the Chrono fans that joined us today. Um due to multiple things. He could
Okay.
not stay for the whole time, but
Mhm.
you still got me encrypted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah.
So, all right. Um. With that, let's see. We were just talking about Raylan and that stuff.
Yeah. I
Portion
mean,
on the
it's
ending.
fine. Like we know.
Mm-hmm. Good
What's
for them.
good. Also, the scene where Callum and Rayla have to go like fight quote unquote fight this like monster thing that's causing the moonless nights to happen.
Yeah.
Um, Rayla just low key became a Disney princess in that scene.
Oh yeah, that is true. She sung to the monster. Wow.
But like, yeah, it was just a
Hmm.
pet, missed its master,
Yeah,
But
yeah, that was a sweet moment. And
yeah,
they got a new ally, you know? Lord knows they're going to need as many allies as they can for the next season.
yep.
So, mm.
Also, I feel like we need to talk about Erebos's daughter,
Oh, yeah.
Leola. Even though she
Hmm.
had like a very little part in the story itself, like actually being there, she does play a major part
Yeah.
in the show, like in the backstory of one of the characters,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and she did get referenced
Yeah.
one time before this season. I think it was the last season or season 4, I think.
Hmm.
Um
One of those.
where Rayla was talking about like what certain star names are, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And Callum asked her about like what does she call like the star, like the brightest star in the sky, And she was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, it's called Leola's last wish." And
Uh-huh.
they kind of played it off being, and Callum was like, "Who's Leola?" And Rayla's like, "Who knows?" Well, we know. So that's the great
Oh, wow.
irony of it, is that we know but they don't know.
Uh-huh.
So,
Wow.
audience, if you don't remember who Leola is, she is Erebos's daughter, and she only
Hmm.
has like one horn. Fun
Yeah.
fact.
And her greatest sin was teaching dark magic to the humans.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yep. And god damn that Soul Regum, it was a real that it was Soul Regum that ratted her out to the other cosmic angels.
Damn, you piece
The-
of shit. Got a little
yeah,
girl killed for nothing.
yeah. Um, by the end, Soul Regum, dude, I feel like you got what's coming to you, dude. Like he's
Kind
just
of.
so
Oh.
yeah, he's just so filled with rage. Like
It's like, we
every
get it. You're a sun dragon, but you don't have to be an asshole.
I know you hate, you are prejudiced against humans, and you shown in this season that yeah, you did a lot to screw over some of the elves. I'm like, goddamn, dude, goddamn. But yeah, it was very tragic to see that. But it also gave us more insight as to why Erebos is doing what he's doing right now.
Do you want to show the
Oh,
picture of Erebos crying?
sure thing. Hold on a sec. Oh,
Yeah. So
okay, yeah.
basically, after Leola died, her crate, like she caused like a crater to happen, and Erebos was so stricken with grief that he cried for 100 years and
Mm-hmm.
filled up that crater with his tears. Would that be
Yeah,
an over exaggeration? Probably, but
indeed.
realistically, I'm surprised anyone decided to have sex with this twink. So,
Yep. Hey,
he
this is
okay.
he
So
just
the thing about Erebos that I wanted to get into real quick, I wish Chrono was here for it, but unfortunately, stuck in the coin. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
but the thing about Erebos is that he kind of falls under Lotor, like the Lotor thing from Voltron.
Yeah.
He's also a purple guy, who's evil, kind of. Lotor's not as evil as Erebos, but we don't have to get into that today. So
Yep.
basically, if you see a picture of Lotor and you see a picture of Erebos, I think there's like one more character that I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the name of. But so basically, any character who has like really long, light colored hair and is like a little bit evil, blah 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 blah, people find really hot. It's kind of like a Tumblr sexy man thing, but a little bit different.
Mhm.
I guess it would be like a femboy ship, like a femboy loving thing. But like Erebos definitely falls under that, and I feel like we should discuss that one day. But
Yeah.
I just needed to bring that up. Anyone watching this in the comments,
Mhm.
we can discuss Erebos
Me-
twinkness later if you want, or you could just follow me on Twitter and we could talk about it. I don't care. but I
He
feel like we needed to
definitely
bring that up.
he definitely has that sparkle to him, audience. You
Let's
know.
sprinkle, sprinkle. Let's go.
Hmm.
But
Gotcha. Uh,
yeah,
wow.
it's like basically, if you don't remember, so Leola was gonna be the only one who was gonna get punished, but Erebos was like, "What the fuck, no!" And so the other like star elves were like, "Oh yeah, so we'll make a compromise with you. Both of you guys can be killed, so that you like neither of you two have to be alone." And Erebos, being the bitch ass bitch that he is, he was like, no, what the fuck's wrong with
Mm,
you?" And so Leola still ends up getting killed regardless. So like this is a lose lose situation, bestie.
I know, right?
But like,
But I guess he's like his one rebound from that is he's just going to try making sure humanity and elves and dragons pay for what happened to his daughter. You know?
keep in mind, it wasn't most of their faults, man. Like
Yeah.
if you should be getting revenge on anyone, he's already dead. He already died.
True, true, true. But I guess in Aravos' mind, the humans are benefiting from what his daughter did. You know?
They wouldn't know.
I know. I
Like
know.
they don't know.
I know, right?
But
It's
you
it's
know,
it's a tough situation to be in, especially for Arabos. Like, yeah, they live for centuries. 100 years crying. Damn, damn. You know.
I mean, I
Uh.
guess, but at the same time, you're still a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else I am missing here. I want to try to get to at least an hour.
Okay, Soul Regim. How do you feel about him after
He's
this
a
season?
he's a bitch.
Oh yeah. You come to find out that he actually killed his wife.
Yeah.
I think it was likely accidental, but still, his rage, his constant like hatred for pretty much everything, causes him to destroy everything. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
And
yeah,
so
like
in turn, that led to his downfall.
yep. Remember, audience, like he had a choice to be able to see again, right? But instead of choosing to see, he wanted his wings repaired so he
If
could
you think
continue.
about it, if you really think about it, he was blinded by rage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Literally
this.
and figuratively. Do you want to show that picture I sent as well of Soul Regum? And audience, if you remember, the first poster that they had for Dragon Prince was of Soul Regum, but with
Yep,
his like eyes and wings intact.
yep,
And this shows basically a silhouette of what he looks
yeah.
like at that moment.
If you get a chance, go back and watch the first episode of Dragon Prince, right? You see the first skirmish being between Soul Regim and this one other sorcerer who does practice dark magic. And, like, that sorcerer is just pleading his deal, like he's trying to save his people, but Soul Regim doesn't care. He's just saying, "You better not be using dark magic. I don't care if it's to save anybody. If you use it, I'm destroying your people." Like, what kind of compromise is that? You know?
Really, Viren
Yeah,
had to do one more dark magic spell just to be able to save the people of Katalis because of this asshole.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
obviously, as we know, Viren is not safe from faults. Like, obviously, he's a very faulted character, but at the
Hmm.
same time, bitch, be
That's
so
why.
fucking for real.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying everybody who practices dark magic is destined to end their life in tragedy. You know?
Like, not even the Dragon Queen, who is currently still like ill, I guess, from that
Yeah,
one bite from I think the last season.
yep,
Um, at least she's like being chill. She's getting like helped by that mushroom elf from like the second episode.
yep,
Like they all got mushroom hats. It's great. I want a
yep.
mushroom hat. Do you want a mushroom hat?
That will be cool. I mean, I am a
Do you want to
gardener
be able
after
to
all.
like wear hats as a hat?
Hey, I wear round hats all the time, so why
Like
not? You may have
you
one
want
made.
hat to have you as a hat and vice versa. Do you want that
Well,
option? Look.
That would be
You've
cool.
seen what Hat looks like. He's adorable.
That would be cool. But yeah,
What
as
else
far
are
as
we
Soul,
missing?
I will say this: when Soul Ridgem took out his last act before he died, was attempting to eat Erebos. Right now, keep in mind, audience, Erebos was possessing one of the Sunfire Elf's body. Right, one of the spies, one of the ones who betrayed um, Janai. So when Soul Regim went to go eat Erebos, like he ended up eating that Sunfire Elf's body.
And he
I
ended
got
up
it.
choking. And then when he was
Yeah,
trying to like cough him up with his fire, he ended up dying because of it.
e- exactly. I that was both horrifying to see him eat that elf, but still it was kind of funny, like because you had Erebos just laughing at that whole ordeal. Like
Like
damn, dude.
I honestly, if I was Erebos, I would have done the same damn thing
Yeah.
because
Oh,
it's
and
like like he was so blinded by rage that he didn't even consider Erebos was not actually there
yep.
until like after he died. He was skeletonized pretty fucking quickly if you've seen that. And then literally Terry and Claudia get to that location not too long after this, and Erebos was basically directing Claudia to do the spell, and then
Hmm.
after she fails the first time, he basically is like, you have to do it with love, remember? You have to do it with love.
Yep.
And so she redoes it again. Terry's like, what the fuck, And Erebos
Hmm.
is brought back. And the ending shot, for anyone who doesn't remember, is Erebos is humongous, by the way. And he
Yeah.
basically holds his hand out so that Claudia can climb on top of his hand, and then he basically lifts her up. Basically, how do I describe it? Um, how do I describe? Basically, she's obviously the reason why he's back. Obviously, we know
Yeah.
this, but I can't phrase it the way I'm thinking of it is.
Audience, you see the opening of these past couple seasons, right? Where everybody's like a chess piece, and Erebos is just grabbing them by with his hand. That's basically how big he is compared to Claudia right now, and she's
Oh
holding
yeah,
her like a
100%.
chess piece.
And then
She's holding her like
the other two ending scenes for the season was after the wedding of Janai and Amaya. And so basically everyone's having a good time after this battle, like the lovely brides are just chilling out, and we get Ezrin gets a letter like basically saying that Katalis got burnt to a crisp, you know,
mm-hmm.
it got burnt, it got crispied, you know,
Yeah.
and he's obviously really upset and he starts crying. And then Amaya goes to comfort him alongside a couple other people, and then she's pissed. And so basically, another part we cut to Callum and Rayla. So obviously Rayla's happy that her dad's back, and then she's trying to like introduce Runan to Callum. And so Callum got distracted by seeing a whole bunch of smoke, and guess what, besties? He sees that
Mm-hmm.
Katalis was up in flames, and now it's just like smoke and rubble. And so
All
he's
right.
really upset too. So that's where basically the season ends.
Yep.
That's why I said earlier I cannot catch a fucking break with this show. This show's at my fucking limit.
I know, but that's a point. They want you to come back for more.
For
So
real. It's like you've
keep.
waited for this hiatus. You waited all
Mhm.
this time. You waited for these seasons. Now you must watch.
Yeah, exactly. So, question. I asked you this in the beginning, so I'm asking you this again. Do you agree with some people who say that this is the best season of the series so far?
Hmm. I mean, it does fix a lot of the problems that I did have with previous um seasons. So
Yeah.
at this, and it does add more to the plot, because previous seasons they don't really add too much to the actual like plot. If you've noticed,
Yeah.
especially like especially before, like around season 3 or 4. No, mostly
Uh huh.
like season 4 mostly. Um, it basically like halted on the main plot, for
Yeah.
a while, dealing with like other stuff that in the end won't really matter all that much.
Hmm.
So I guess I agree with you, but I'm gonna wait. until I can
Got
give
it.
a definitive answer because we still got another season to wait for.
Yep.
And I
And
think
that's
that might be the last season, but I cannot
yeah.
guarantee or deny
No,
anything.
no, it was announced that the next season will be the last.
Fuck.
But hey, keep in
I'm
mind
nervous.
we might get some graphic novels after this. They did it with
This better be a
Avatar.
long ass season. I
I
swear to
know.
God, if it's another 9 episodes, like eight, like
I
if it's
know.
7 and 9 episodes, I'm gonna lose my shit. This better
Yeah.
be at
Well,
least like 10 to 12.
they, if that's the case, they better each episode better be an hour long. There's way too
Like,
much
and
going on here.
if it's gonna be if it's gonna be not like less than 9 episodes, then at least give us longer episodes because
Hmm.
Jeebus, Jeebus, I'm
Yeah,
tired, man.
this is gonna be insane.
I'm
Um, what's the final battle gonna look like? We don't know. All we know is, poof, between Catalyst, between the Sunfire Elves losing their kingdom as well. Like, damn, things aren't looking good for the hero side
well,
audience.
technically, the Sunfire Empire was destroyed, but the kingdom
Yep,
is still right.
true. And I
So
think they
yeah,
already lost the use of their that fire seed or something.
yeah, the Sun Seed or whatever the fuck it's
Yeah,
called, because of this
yeah,
fucking dragon who is the worst out of all the fucking dragons.
but
I don't know why
thanks,
he was the one who was being chosen.
thanks to Kareem. Like,
Fuck Kareem. Fuck you. I
oh,
hope you're
oh,
imprisoned right now, man.
get the execution chamber, man. I mean, come on. Like, with everything he did to his sister, like, he got off easy with just being
Like we know that
exiled.
it's gonna be hard for Janai to actually like,
Mhm.
execute her brother, but if she has to, we know that she will.
Yeah, yeah. Again, Kareem, we either cut the cake tonight or cut your lineage tonight. Like, wink, wink.
Wink wink, nudge nudge, just kidding. But
Yep.
I
Yeah.
swear,
So,
I swear next season is gonna stress me out so fucking much.
mhm.
It's gonna stress me out. Like I'm probably gonna start getting gray hairs at like 23
Yeah.
because of this fucking show, man. And
I'm
I survived the Voltron fandom, which is a whole other beast in and of itself.
true. I'm
Like
just curious. What does Claudia want at the end of all this?
I don't know because
Like,
at first, like during season 4 and now, all she wanted was her father to be alive. And
but
now that he's dead, I'm not sure. I think she just wants power.
I guess that's all that's left because, like, right before he died, like his last words to Claudia was like, "I don't approve of any of this. This is disastrous. I don't want to have anything to do with the resurrection of Erebos or any of this.
Which
We'll
is
pay for
kind
my
of
crime."
true. He didn't really have much to do with it. Like he didn't know that the Quasar Diamond was in his staff. He didn't know that.
Oh, that's true. You know.
So
Hmm.
technically it wasn't really his fault, but he did plant the seeds of
Hmm.
that to happen.
That's true.
But yeah.
Uh,
I don't have too much to say other than what do you want to see from the next season?
I hope both Claudia and Rayla. Oh, no, not Claudia. Rayla and Callum both come out in one piece. That's all I want.
So
Really?
that matters. I
Yeah.
wonder what, like, after all this, after like say Claudia's defeated and all that, when I wonder what's gonna happen to Terry. That's the real question.
Eesh. Yeah. I want you to be scot free, Terry, but you literally do have blood on your hands. Yeah.
He does, and I
Yeah.
think he would acknowledge that.
Hmm.
But my thing is, I think the main cast would be a little bit more forgiving towards him because
Hmm.
he didn't do nearly as much. I guess what's the term that I'm thinking of? Not an alibi, but what's the term I'm thinking
Uh,
of? You know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
he was
Justification.
there, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
What's that term? What's the fucking term?
Yeah. He might be
He didn't like
compliant.
do the uh, what was it?
Acquaintance?
No, not acquaintance,
Mm,
because that's like a kind of
mm,
friend, and he
yeah.
wasn't really a kind of friend. It starts with an A. Hold on, I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Ally, no. Accomplice,
Um,
no.
for someone at the crime. I think that's what.
What is
Hold on,
it? Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at this
Yep.
because there's a website that's called crime scene, like forensic science simplified.
Okay, okay.
So let's hope this helps because it starts with an A.
Gotcha.
Uh,
I think his own man. I think Terry's whole sentencing will be
I
like
mean, he,
the patrol officer for Claudia from here on out. You know.
but didn't do anything.
I mean, I think we forgot to mention the fact that he's the one who actually made a leg for Claudia in this season.
True.
Yeah,
What the?
that was cool of him.
I mean, yeah, he's a witness, but what the fuck is the term? No,
Uh,
oh,
he's
no, that's not the term.
he's more of a witness since he did help kill that what's his name, that celestial
Accomplice.
elf.
That's the word.
Accomplice. Oh, okay,
He's an
accomplice.
accomplice
Yeah.
to the crime, but he
Hmm.
didn't do the crime. It just took a quick
He,
Google search, guys,
he
to figure
he
out that
did.
he's an accomplice to the crime.
Didn't he kill that celestial elf?
It
I
wasn't a
recall.
celestial elf. It was, I don't know. I don't remember if he killed. It was a
Yeah,
water elf, wasn't it?
he was. Claudia was fighting one of the elves, right? And right
Oh
before the
yeah,
elf.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
remember. I remember now.
Yeah. In
Yeah, I
order.
think he did kill that one elf. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So we.
it but in his defense, he was doing it to protect Claudia, so
Mhm.
it was kind of self defense, but it wasn't like for himself, I guess you could say. But he does
Yeah.
have blood on his hands, yes. But compared to all the shit that Claudia is doing,
Eesh.
he probably won't have it as bad as Claudia. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm still expecting Claudia to have given like what 10 human sacrifices to resurrect her dad for that 1 month. You know,
For real. She did all of this. All
like
of this nonsense for that.
I mean, she literally stated, "I had to do things I never thought I would ever be able to do." Like, oof, oof, damn.
Yes, you
Uh,
didn't have to do any of this, man. You could have just
mhm,
like grieved and then come to terms with the fact that your dad's dead and you could have chilled. Because they still have that fucking sun staff or whatever the fuck it's called.
that's true. Oh,
They still
man,
have that.
I forgot about that too. 'Cause I would assume Janine will want that staff back, you know, at
And
some
she'll
point.
probably get it back. Well, who
Yeah,
knows? We'll see what
that
happens next season, but
that's true.
um okay, theories on how they're gonna like quote unquote defeat Erebos. Theories.
That Qua- that Quasar Diamond. I think
Oh
they state.
shit! Yeah, you right.
I think they
Yeah, you
stated that.
right. They're gonna
Yeah.
like. My thing is, Callum's gonna figure out a spell. He's gonna learn a spell with the Quasar Diamond how to reverse that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my theory on how you can use a Quasar Diamond to do that. So he just has to
True.
figure out how to do the spell first.
True. True. So, all right. What was your previous theory?
I don't know, just like shoot him back into the stars or something. I don't fucking know. Because
That's
I'm big dum dum and I can't. And it took us like 3 minutes to figure out the term accomplice. So you know.
yeah, that's true. It's also late at night at the time we're recording this, audience. So cut us some slack. So,
It's later for you. For me, it's almost 9 p.m. But yeah, it is getting late. Um,
gotcha. But
but
is
yeah,
there anything we didn't tackle yet?
at the moment, I can't really think of anything. But
Yeah.
I'm stressed.
Okay. Rate this 1 out of 10. What do you rate this season?
What would you rate it? Because I might agree with you on it.
Because of my biases, I would rate it a 9 because of like, of the Rayla Callum moments. But after the time settles down, I don't see this being rated any less than an 8, you know?
I'm giving it an 8.5. How about that?
There you go.
Because like I
Sounds
really like the season. but I
Mm,
also can't see it any lower than an 8. So I think like an 8.5 is good for now. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
one day I'll like binge the whole season and then I can rank them again. Because it's been a while since I've seen the first 3 seasons.
yeah, same here. So
Keep in
alrighty
mind, this show
then.
has been going on since like 2017, 2018. So
Yep, audience,
I'm
it's
not
been
going
a
to remember.
journey.
Anyways,
Yeah,
audience, it was nice seeing you. Sorry that Chrono got stuck in the coin. We'll get him out next time. Don't worry.
true.
We got a couple Quasar diamonds where we're from.
Yeah,
I
true.
I looked for them. Okay, unlike some people, I actually look for things.
Gotcha. But
Anyways,
anyway, with
thank you,
that,
audience, for joining us on this Dragon Prince filled night.
uh-huh.
If we forgot anything, let us know in the comments. We might actually have a nice conversation in the comment section if you decide
Mhm,
to want to engage in something with us. Keep in mind spoilers because there are probably going to be some people who have not seen it and they're going to come
mhm,
in being like, what the hell are you guys talking about? So try to be
mhm.
mindful of spoilers.
All right.
Um, and yeah, we'll see you guys next Monday for our general like
Fanatic
topic
night.
night.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see y'all's laters. And remember,
Okay.
don't summon Erebos, you dumbasses, and don't be blinded by rage.
Don't be a soul regim, audience.
Don't
All
be a soul
right.
regim.
All
Don't be an
right.
Erebos. You can look like Erebos, just don't be Erebos.
Yeah. Nobody likes a cannibal. So, all
It's
right.
a situation, but yes.
See you. All right. See